What's up, everybody? It's Rusty Clutch here, and welcome back to the podcast. It's a special episode this week. We're recording on a Friday instead of a Thursday, and we have a special cast member, but we'll get into that in a second. Obviously, I am your co host, Sal. I'm joined by Omar,
Yo,
and I'm joined by Jess.
Hey.
So, Kai's kind of tied up with midterms and some stuff right now, so I had Jess hop on the pod for this week. Um, she's kind of excited, a little nervous, first time, but I think she'll swim,
Yeah, I'm a little shy.
should be fine.
but it'll be good. But all right. So
Hold on. Wait.
what happened?
You forgot the most crucial step is that we gotta tell Jess that we are now gonna be turning our brains off.
I
This
totally
is
forgot
this
about that.
this is the brain off podcast. We're gonna turn off our brains here for a cool minute, talk about some cool discussions that my co-host here has found. He's awesome. Sorry, kicking us off with kind of a big deal, if I would say so, because they're always in a rush. Oh,
Okay,
you like
okay,
that?
okay. I like that. Segue,
Woo.
segue. Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
And that is the Big Time Rush boy band tour is actually coming back for their one last revival tour. I feel like uh, I'm excited. I know Vicky, my girlfriend, she binge watches the show for Big Time Rush. She's a BTR fan, and I legit asked her, I'm like, "You want to go?" Because I was like, "There's one in LA, and then there's another one in I think somewhere else." I looked on where they were touring at. Um, But no, she was like, "No, I'm alright. I don't wanna go." And I was like, "What?" So, I don't know. I'm kinda heads or tails about it because 'cause I'm like, I could totally do it, but then, I don't know, I'm a rock stuck in a hard place because she
Mm, mm.
vocally confirmed that, "No, I'm okay." So, I don't know.
Then
What's she really saying?
That's what I'm saying, your women are so majestically amazing that our caveman brains can no longer function.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
he's trying to win some points right now.
Let me think, let me think, let me think, let me think, let me think. I think you should go.
That's all I'm saying.
So I bring this up because one watched a couple episodes of BTR back in the day, and I thought they were funny. I mean, they're a boy band like all the other ones,
Songs are
but
catchy.
yeah. But I think for me, like, I'm not a huge BTR fan, right? But like all
Yeah.
the rest of them, you watch them here and there, and they have their decent songs. I am a huge Backstreet Boys fan. Like, I love their music, and
Baby
like,
bye, bye, bye.
yeah,
He does.
exactly.
No, he does the whole dance and everything.
Good. Oh, you just saw it? I've been
Wow. Here he goes,
But
here
I
he
think
goes.
I think I think for me, because Backstreet Boys are gonna be in Las Vegas, and they're gonna be doing shows at the Giant Sphere and stuff, and I was like, honestly, I think it'd be cool to go watch them. Like, I know, like,
yeah.
they're older, like, they're not in their prime. It's not exactly like it was way back in the day, but
Nah, they're
I
amazing.
started thinking about it, and it's like, when is it time to, like, hang up the cleats? When is it time to just put your jersey in the rafters and be like, "All right, bro, like, it's been a good 25 years of this shit. Like, we're done." Is it like you just keep going till you can't no more, or is there like, "All right, it's been good enough, we should move on"? Like, where's that line? Where do you draw that?
I draw that line right where I stop making money. I'm milking
Uh,
that cow dry. I'm talking bone dry. I'm talking every last small, like, what is that? Smallest liter? No. What's the fucking smallest one? Milliliter.
Drop?
I
Oh,
want the
milliliter.
smallest
Oh, there you go.
milliliter of milk I can get from that cow until it dies or my career gets blown up by something totally controversial that I may or may not have said. But that's where I would draw it. I mean, as I see it as if I still have like a decent fan base and they're still cheering me on. I'm still making maybe royalties on some of the stuff I have already. I mean, why not? I mean, I don't see it as you're really badly hurt, maybe, or it's like, oh, if I go on stage again, my arthritis is gonna kill me or something.
Oh my gosh.
Type deal. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if it's that bad, I think it was when who is it? Aerosmith, right? The singer?
yeah,
He
yeah.
his vocal cords, like they're shit now because
Yeah,
of
like he
like
tore
all
them completely.
because of all the extreme singing he did. So yeah, of course, that one would be like a little ooh concert unless they like AI'd his voice. But even then, like that's even stretching it. But as long as it's nothing physical and I'm still making money and I got a decent fan base, we letting it ride.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I get right again. If you have people coming to the shows, why not? Right?
Yeah.
I I also think you guys have to realize that sometimes, like Vicky, for example, like if I wanted to go see, I'm gonna go with One Direction. If I could have never seen them when I was little. I didn't have money. My parents would probably have bought me tickets. But now, like you're adults. Like now, it's like you're an adult. You
Barely.
can go by yourself, and you can go see these people. Like Sal and I remember we went to Vegas for that concert when it was like
Yeah.
all the rappers. It was like Akon, T Pain, the
Talk
Yin
about
Yang
this.
Twins, and then one of the Yin
Audio.
Yang Twins. Sal, do you remember him? He was,
Bro, that
like,
guy
out
was
of
struggling.
breath, he was even T-Pain called us old, you know, but, like, that's like, the crowd, his
Yeah.
audience were a bunch of older people now.
Hell yeah.
Bro, that poor yin yang. I don't know if it was yin or yang, but one of them was like
One of
walking
them.
around dancing, and the other guy was in the like standing in the middle of the stage, and he did not move the entire time. He was just like bobbing his head and like leaning on the other guy. I was like, man,
No.
they fucking wheeled this boy out here and said perform.
Make me no, that's another thing. If you're being forced to, then I'd say, oh, okay, like yeah, hang it up. Or like you can't really if you're signed into like a locked in contract per se. But if you're doing it from like your own free will and you want to do those shows, I see no wrong. But no, yeah, sometimes that health gonna sneak up on you.
I
You
think
dig?
also it's an interesting like concept because boy bands, right?
Hmm.
It's not just one singer, right? Like you can have like a band where like they change the lead singer, but it's still the same band or whatever, right? Where like a boy band, the whole like allure to it, right? Growing up, I felt was like it's these five guys and they all sing and they all dance, right? So it's like if you pull one of those guys out and put another guy in, is it still BTR? Is it still the Backstreet Boys? Is it still NSYNC? You know?
Mm, that's pretty far. I mean, at that point, I'd say it's like a whole new band. I mean, I don't, like mechanically wise, if I was thinking about like as a car, that car wouldn't necessarily be the same as when I got it because done a bunch of stuff to it, like tires or oil or engine, light bulbs. So if a band, if I replace the singer, the drummer, the bass, and it's only like the pianist who's the original guy from the band, but they still call themselves the Broadway Girls or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, Is it technically still the same? I would beg to differ. Say no.
No, yeah. I think that's for me like Jess has this one Mexican group called Calibre 50 that she really loves, right? To listen to. And then like they got a new singer. And she's like, it'd be so cool to see them. And I'm like, yes, yes, but also I don't think you're gonna get the experience you think you're gonna get because it's not the same singer anymore. Like that guy went off and went solo. So honestly, if you're like you want to hear him, we could go watch him solo, you know? Versus like if we go watch the group, yes, they'll play the same songs, but it's not that singer you're looking for. Like he may not give you the same like emotion in the songs that you think you're supposed to be getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's an interesting thing. But speaking of emotions,
Okay.
speaking of like a roller coaster of emotions, right?
Uh huh. Uh-huh.
One of my favorite shows growing up
Okay.
was Avatar: The Last Airbender. Not
Who's
the
up?
blue people.
Who's up?
Not the blue people.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the blue people. I just read Avatar. Damn. I was about to go off and be like, it's about colonization, sticking it to the man, and then I was gonna make fun of that dude falling off the plane doing the. But never mind. That's my fault.
So Avatar announced, or the people that created Avatar and everything, they've announced that they're having a new show called Seven Havens that's coming out, and we're going to be seeing the next Avatar that came after Korra. And I first question I want to ask is Avatar fan, yes or no?
Yes.
How Avatar fan?
I would rate myself a 4 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Damn. Okay. what's the name of the
How to
secret
kill him.
society that
I was gonna
uh
say the same thing. In
Oh,
episode
what is that?
17.
Was that too high? Was that
actually
not an average score?
actually in episode 32 minute 35 when Aang is looking at I
I
give
love
myself a solid 3. I like the Avatar series. It's cool, but I'm not like a diehard fan.
okay. I think I'm like a 3 too. Like I like it. It's a really good
Oh my
show, but like
god. I rated myself too high.
Well, I
You
mean,
I
guys are you
you
guys
you
are
gave
threes? You said
you
look,
gave us
threes?
you gave us the scale of 5, bro. What else do you want? If you
yeah,
said a 10, maybe
I
I'm
was
a
like
7.
I still would have said 5.
Right
But
down the middle.
I just thought you like because you made the scale so short, and then you said 4, and I'm like, "Damn," I'm thinking
Okay,
she has, like, figures, she's got,
I
like,
have
Art of
I
Aang,
went
you
I
got, like, a
saw
little
them in
baby Appa
concert.
maybe.
I love Appa. I have an Appa sweater.
See, okay, yeah, justifiable. Okay, 4, yeah.
Yeah, 4, yeah. But
I
I
don't think
think
I
for
got
me,
anything Avatar on me.
I have a poster from when we went to see the symphony. It's not on the wall yet, but it's right there. I'm looking at it. It's rolled up on
It's
my
rolled
desk.
up.
It's coming, it's coming.
I need to figure out where to put it. But I think for me, right, it's something like when I think of like shows that I watched growing up and even kind of later in life, right, where it's like, okay, the first season, or like the first, what is it? Like series of it was awesome. But then they go, okay, that was awesome. Let's do it again, new characters, and create a whole new storyline, right? So like you have Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? And then you
Yeah,
have The Legend of Korra, and then now you
ass.
have this. And now you have
Sorry,
this
slip of
seven.
the tongue.
No, no. Now you have Seven Havens, right? So I'm like, okay, when do we let a series just kind of live in that like
Golden Age.
exactly? When do we let it just sit there on that mantle of like this
It's
was a beautiful series, and
you
we
can't do
don't we
this with
don't try
TV.
to we don't
No.
do it again. We don't do it again, and like we could do that, but a second time and change everything, and it'll still be the Avatar, and everybody will love it, and then we all clapped.
No. With TV shows and I feel like movies in general, that's just so hard to. Because I mean, look at the big old franchises now. Scary Movie, literally 1 through 5 or 1 through 6. Jaws 1, 2, and 3. Jurassic Park 1, 2, New
Oh
World,
yeah.
Extinction.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's it's almost like I don't know with movies and film and like like even TV shows. Scrubs, ER, CSI Miami, CSI.
Grey's Anatomy.
Great, yeah, Grey's Anatomy. Boom.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
there's just so
yeah.
many that are just
Mhm,
copy
mhm.
and paste, and just with a little bit shooken formula here and there. Maybe something like twist happens, pregnant, or I don't know, some janky. But for TV shows and everything to go that far, I'd say until the fan base fully like dies, where they're just fully like, nah, no one's buying it. We got to scrap the whole project
Mm,
because like as long as there are people buying it, as long as there are people spending the $80 for pre-releases to play beta games like 5 days early, as long as the people who still do that, they're gonna keep making Call of Duties 1, 2, 3, 4, Cold War revamped, Cold War plus guns, zombies.
Zombies, yeah.
Like at least I feel like what they have to do instead of making it so long is to make it have a peak. Like with Call of Duty Zombies, the whole storyline, there's a whole like 3 hour YouTube video, full circle, how everything makes sense. I
Oh.
never watched it, but Vicky said she did, and she gets it now. So
I've seen it.
We
Okay,
should
no,
watch
bro.
it. We
it
should
makes
watch
sense, right? Like
it.
this, it's peak, right? Like it all
My
goes full circle. Yes.
when I was, like, in the 10th grade, my cousin Q my cousin Q, you remember Q, right?
Oh yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
okay. Mundo Top, okay. So, he one night, we were having a sleepover, and we sat down, and he was like, "Bro, look, I gotta show you this video." And it was a 6-hour Call of Duty Zombies lore video. It was, like, 10 o'clock. We watched the entire thing in one sitting, bro, and from there forward, I was like, "I don't need to watch zombies ever
6
again. I know it."
hours?
6 hour it was a 6-hour video, in and
Yeah.
out. The guy explained the entirety of the franchise.
Yep. So as long
And
as it's
then
able to do like that crescendo of like peak and then full circle, the end. Sorry. And even if the fans complain and whine, we want more, we want more. Too bad. We feel like we ended it at a really good spot. Time to make some new stuff.
And I
Is
think it's
this
okay to. Go, Jess.
I was just gonna say, is this like you're saying those long videos, is this like World of Warcraft?
Yeah,
Is it like
yeah.
that? Mhm.
Well, that's the thing. World of Warcraft is a little different. It's one game that they've iterated on over the last 20 years. They've added new stuff to it, expansions and everything. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can apply the same concept to it. I think World of Warcraft was the best during, the Burning Crusade, maybe even, the
And
Return
it
of the Lich
was
King.
right.
Yeah,
Lit King.
maybe, Cataclysm, maybe, but beyond that, I
Yeah.
mean, we got to Mists
Valid.
of Pandaria,
These are
and
all
I was
valid.
like, bro, we got to Mists of Pandaria, and I was like, bro, this is just fucking Kung Fu Panda, and they just put this in the thing because pandas are cool.
Oh.
No,
Yo, I remember when
literally.
they dropped the panda, I played for like the free month, and I'm like, I felt exactly like Poe. Don't tell monkey.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just one of those things where for me, like when I think of like the ultimate one for me is like I was talking to with Jess about this earlier is Friends, right? Friends is my like that's
Oh,
my comfort show from growing up, right?
how many
And I love
seasons?
10. I think they could have ended it in
Decent,
7,
decent,
right? But I
decent.
I think a good 10 season show, right?
Yeah.
So following that, something that not a lot of people know about, right? Unless you're like an avid fan like me, is there was another show called Joey, right? Where they take Joey, he moves to like the suburbs, right?
Loser.
And it's a show focused solely on just on Joey and his life and everything. But they like completely mess up the formula. Like it's just him. None of the other 5 friends ever show up, anything like that. They take his
Yeah.
character and he used to be like the comedic relief guy, right? Like the haha funny, he's a dumbass, right?
Mhm.
And then they put him in like the serious role of like now he's like has to be serious, right? Because he's the only one, right? Like you can't have the main character just like be dumb, right? Like he has to like figure things out. And so it got canceled after 2 seasons, and you can't really find it anywhere. Like I've like watched it before, like like a long time ago. I went and like rented them, and they were expensive because they're not readily accessible. But like I just watched it, and I was like, wow, like if during this time, like if I watched this like when it was fresh, right? Like the
Mhm.
disappointment I would have had, right? To be like the show that I loved, like Friends, and then
Yeah.
this is what you said. You know what? We could do this again. Let's take
Look,
this and take a character and remake it. And then you got Joey that show, and I was like, this is terrible. Like you guys are. It almost feels like you're doing it a disservice, you know?
look what they did to my boy. They murdered him. Look what they did
Murdered
to
him.
him.
Because I think for me too, like something like Shrek, right? Shrek 1, best movie all time. Shrek 2,
Peak.
peak. Shrek 3, okay, all right. Shrek
That
4,
one
what are we
that one was
doing?
going for the milk. That one was going for the milk for sure.
Shrek 4, definitely, yeah.
Shrek 4 was
Uh-huh.
going for the milk. I still tell people sometimes about if they remember the episode where he goes and finds Prince Arthur to like save the kingdom because he's like next heir and Shrek doesn't want to be it. And they look at me with literal like disgust and just what are you talking about? Trying to gaslit me into like if I'm having the fever dream. And I said, no, no, it's real. It's Shrek 4 or 5.
3?
No, three's the Happy Ever After, no? With
I don't remember anymore.
Rumpelstiltskin?
No, that's 4.
That's 4. So it must
Mhm.
be 5.
No.
Alright, one of them, either one. I know it's real. It's out there.
No,
I'm
I
not
I think it's
crazy.
I think it's one of those things where like, so like it's stuff that like once you do it enough times, it turns into a comedy, right? Like Fast and Furious, right? Like at this point,
Ah,
I'm not expecting a good movie anymore,
that's a good
you
one.
know?
That's a good one.
I'm just expecting cargo fast, cargo space, you know?
Family. Oh.
Okay. Well, I liked Avatar. I loved Avatar. That's what I fell in love with. And then they brought Korra in.
Ass.
And and you know what? The entire series was really good. They just made her really unlikable at like what, first 3 seasons, and I hated that.
She was never likable. I am a firm Cora denier. I'll die on that hill. She sucks. worst Avatar,
Yes. Yeah.
and the fact that Aang was still trying to, or not Aang, like Aang's son, I think it is, right?
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
Tenzin.
mhm.
Yeah, Ten was like trying to be like, look, Korra, you're a great waterbender, but
Yes.
you need to like have that inner peace of a monk for wind. And then she'd always be like, man, I don't give a fuck, and then just do whatever she wants.
Mhm, mhm. And
And
it
then
was just
now,
a repeat and repeat and
yeah, and it
repeat
was
and
repeat after
repeat.
season after season, and it just got worse and worse. She got more
Mhm.
hard headed. She's like, now I have the Avatar state. I can do what I want now. Sticks her tongue out
Mhm.
or whatever.
Mhm, mhm.
And then yeah, no, and then now there's I don't know if you guys heard, or is this on discussion? Hold on, wait, like I'm not even in there. No, okay. The new
Just say
teased
it. I know you're gonna say.
yeah,
Say it, say it.
the new teased Avatar series of how she messed everything up, let
Oh, yeah.
broke
Oh,
broke
yeah.
both
She broke
broke
the world.
broke the spirit world barrier, because before, all right, quick TV history lesson on the Avatar thing real fast. Years ago, one of the avatars closed the worlds between spiritual and human so that they wouldn't cross over. Because there's this
Okay.
dude in the spirit world named like Face Stealer something something, and he'd go around and steal faces and kill people for fun.
Okay.
So the avatar's like, "Hey, that's not cool. So now I'm gonna separate the world." Boom, creates the barrier. Korra, fast forward, goes, "Nah, the spirits want to be free. We should all live. We should all live together." So she does the Avatar Jutsu, and then breaks the barrier, and now the whole world's messed up.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And then that's the premise for the new Avatar series, where it's now an Earthbender because it goes in by elements. Because it was Aang air, then the Korra water. The next one is Earth
Okay.
for the line of the lineage for avatars.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
since the twins are born, or I think they're twins, I'm not 200%, but I think they're twins,
Yeah, twins.
both sharing like the Avatar thingy. But the whole world hates them. They're all like, "Man, the Avatar sucks. They did this to us." Blah blah blah. So now the twins literally got to pick up the pieces and try to fix it. And that's all I know. Everything else that I've seen has been like rumors, teasers, or like fan base and stuff like that. But I don't want to mud up the waters more than I like already gave
Wait,
the
wait, wait, wait.
explanation.
You're telling me that as one more last hurrah, they said, "Oh, and she also screwed the whole world over, and then she died."
Yeah,
Wow. Well, at some point, you start to think: Did the creators hate the Avatar as much as we did when they created her?
something like that.
Is that why it's called Seven Havens?
Uh, yeah, they're gonna probably go through like 7 different trials or something, or the 7 big
I
bosses.
I didn't know any of that. That's crazy. Like,
Yeah, that's the whole premise for the new show that's coming out. I think 2026.
I think so. You know,
Could be. I
but
could be wrong.
that's
Don't quote me.
that's wild to me because it's like the Avatar is supposed to be this rebel person, but now
Yes.
you're telling me they're like the bottom. You know,
No. Get out of here. We all hate you. You did this to us. They literally hate the Avatar, and everyone despises the Avatar now. So that now, when the reincarnation happened, because it's not just like the Avatar dies and then, all right, here's the next Avatar. No, like they die. It takes some time, maybe a couple trial and errors to see who becomes the next like Avatar based on the past one's lineage, based on their like element. So since the Aang died, air, so they looked at all the water tribes. All right,
Mhm.
just be wary. Next Avatar gonna be a waterbender, so start pumping them babies out. And then Korra came out, bam, Avatar. So when she dies, we have no idea how long the gap is from when the twins are born. So
Mhm.
it could be months, years, centuries. We have no idea. We
That's
don't we don't
true.
know we don't know the time gap there, and where even they're
Especially
gonna go in the direction of how this is gonna recorrect everything.
like you're saying, if this is immediately following, that's one sentiment, right?
Yep.
But it's another thing, like if she absolutely screwed over the world and it's been 150 years of people suffering, and
Yeah,
then the avatar shows up again, it's gonna be like,
I'm
all right, where you been
here.
this whole time? Where you been? Can I speak to you? I want to talk to you. Let me talk
I'm
to you
here to
real quick.
save everyone.
That's crazy. But that's not as crazy as Red Bull dropping the new summer
What?
flavor called White Peach.
Oh my god! Amazing,
Uh,
amazing. For the new flavor for Red Bull, only because Red Bull is delicious. I have it in the Human Bean. I go there like every now and then. I get me my mixed drink with the energy in it. Red Bull,
mhm, mhm,
delicious.
mhm, mhm.
Vicky, for a while when she went to college, was a little bit fiending for the Red Bull because she always just got Pepsi or whatever, and then she was just like one day, hey, let me get a Red Bull. Got the Red Bull, and then, bam, she
Changed
was
your
she
life.
was she was tweaking. Ah, and then
I think
now afterwards, she's just like, no, my heart hurts afterwards. I'm like, okay,
mhm,
Never again,
too
huh?
much. Too
too much
much.
excitement. Yeah,
I think for me, like I can't remember if it was like 2 years ago or whatever that I started finally started to notice like the new flavors they were rolling out. And
crazy.
it's crazy, like, yeah, how you say how they've innovated so much in the last couple of years of like different flavors and everything and different kind of profiles. And I think like because Jess never used to drink Red Bulls. I'll let her tell her story in a bit. But for me, like I used to human being it all the time, right? And get
Yeah,
them all the time. And then it wasn't until like way later that I realized when I would get like this specific one and it was a cocoa berry like thing
Mm,
that it was a coconut Red Bull.
mhm, mhm.
So
oh,
then like I learned later on that I was like, oh shoot, like that's the flavor of this, you know?
so Jess, the Red Bull, you got history with it,
No, I think it's just I used to never have them. I was kind of against them.
bro? You're the meme when the
It's
guy
it's
drinks his first like C4 and he goes,
stop.
I think I'm faded. That's you. That's you.
No, bro. I was like, dude, these are bad for your heart. These are bad for your heart. Drink coffee if you
Yes,
need
yeah,
caffeine. If you need
yeah.
caffeine, drink coffee.
Yep.
Then I met Sal,
Oh,
and he was drinking like just like you said, human bean
like
every
the
day.
human being is delicious.
Yes, and I was well, at first, for me, I was like, "Well, I don't like the flavor of Red Bull, I don't, the normal kind." But then he
Yeah,
introduced me to the coconut one, and you
hell yeah.
add raspberry syrup and pomegranate syrup. Mhm, mhm. Delish.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
It was
Uh,
bad though, because then you
no,
caught us
yes,
buying, like, the packets and stuff, and I'm like, "Man."
yes. If I start realizing how much of a hole it starts burning your wallet. That's why I go every now and then. I started reducing myself because of
Mhm,
the same reasons. I was the same boat. The energy drinks are bad for you. I've only ever done like really soda, and I've known like someone in high school told me like this misconception in Red Bull could totally be true or false. I have no idea. But
tell
I
me.
always think about it when I hear Red Bulls, and that's they put red bull sperm in the Red Bull.
Oh my.
Right? And that's what makes it get its kick, bro. And I was like, I sat there dumbfounded, fucking teenager. Oh shit, bro. No
Do you
way.
know how many bowls someone would need?
No, but and maybe like I don't know. I'm not a
No, it's
bullologist.
just to give it
I'm
a
not gonna
little
go over there and
spice.
cop a feel to a bull. So I don't know how much he got running in his ring, you know?
Oh
So
goodness.
we just gotta find out and see. But high school Omar was like, that's crazy. I'm never drinking a Red Bull. Or every time I did drink a Red Bull, I always thought, what if there's bull sperm in here?
Well, that's like when they say like you're in the ocean, bro, and it's like that saltiness, that's well sperm. The salty ocean is well sperm. And I'm like, bro, I hate you guys. You ruined the ocean for me. Because I was gonna say, for me,
God.
I used to be big about like no caffeine. I'm strong. I don't need that stuff. I got natural, like whatever, you know? And
Taking B
then
vitamins.
and then I got to college and then in my first quarter of college I got addicted to coffee because the
Yeah.
caffeine kick was too strong. So then I cut that and I was like, all right, bro, I'm a tea guy now. I drink herbal teas.
Hold on,
Like,
hold on.
what's up?
The coffee, was it regular coffee or was it like coffee cubano or anything like that or any crazy?
No,
Or
it
like
was just
or was it that like gun coffee or death coffee?
Just coffee.
No, no, these are real I think these are real bands.
like I would like go to them and I'd be like, I want your strongest black coffee. No sugar, no nothing. I want
Oh.
it black and I want the strongest one you have.
Oh,
And I'd have two of those a day.
that is
Yeah.
Really. I mean, the 0 calories on the upside. I'm just saying, 0 calories. You
I
win. Hey,
mean,
win's
I'll
a
be
win. A win's a win. A win's a win.
I wouldn't eat. It'd keep me full for a while, you know? I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
what
it's.
was
I
it?
mean, all you needed was the menthol short. And that's all I need. I'm good.
Oh, man. I've been
That
smoking since I
reminds
was
me.
15 years old.
That reminds me of a coworker that I used to have when I worked at Home Depot. And I shit you not, he would always pull up with the white sugar-free Monster with,
Mhm.
like, 3 or 4 of them in his lunch pail with, like, a cup fruit maybe or, like, a pudding, and
Uh-huh.
then he would always be outside popping a cigarette. And then he goes, "This is all I eat. This is all I need. My body works fine." And I sat there and I was in my break in the break room, and I just go, "Damn." And then I just I didn't know what to say because I tried to be, like, a little helpful, I'm like, "Hey, is that really all you eat?" And he goes, "Yeah. You got a problem with it?" Dang,
Hey,
hey,
never mind.
never mind. Hey, let me buy you one. You want one? What kind you smoke?
Nah, bro, those are the guys that are 25, they look 64.
Yes. You ain't never
And
worked a day in your life, brother. 68 fucking hours a week.
because after I got out of college, I was like, "All right," came back home, I'm working, like, long hours in my job. Sometimes I'm working, like, night shifts in my second job. And then I forget no, I remember my coworker was like, "Hey, bro, there's this place called The Human Bean." I go, "I bet. What is that?" He's
Mm-mm-mm.
all, "You can get, like, coffee and stuff." I go, "I don't do that shit, bro." And he's like, "No, no, no." He's like, "But you can also get this drink." And he sets it on the table. He's like, "I brought you one so you can try it." It was like a small little thing.
Dang.
And
No.
I was like, "What is it?" He's like, "Just try it." And I was like, "Ah, what is it?" And I took a sip. And when I tell you the tips of my fingers tingled a little bit.
That's literally how they sell crack to people. Here's a free sample. Go around that corner and then come and find me again. He sold you crack.
He basically
I
did.
bought you one, and it's like a small. I heard that as soon as I heard it, a small little cup. Nah,
Mm,
he knew exactly what he was doing.
yeah. So then I tried it. I was like, "This is amazing. What is it?" He's all, "It's a Red Bull." And I was like, "Oh my god. Oh, great heavens." I was like, "I don't drink Red Bulls." And he was like, "Now you do." And I go, "Now I guess now I do." And then I started getting like
Yeah.
a tall one every day before work. I've cut it down, but
You
that's where
cut
it's
it
like
down.
Damn, the
now
32 ounce. That's because I get that one too.
sometimes, bro, you just need a small little pick me up, like a small little
Yeah, yeah,
like a
yeah.
minute little pick me up?
The diet. I look. If you didn't, I'm gonna be honest. If you didn't show up by the time you did, I was gonna say we hit Human Being before we leave to LA, but we was already running late. So I was like, all right, we'll just
I
hit
wa
the road.
I did make us I was running late, and then we vlogged a little bit right there, we got there, so we were running more late. Because I
Nah,
was
the
like,
vlog was all
I
right.
could
The
go
vlog took
for
real quick.
a little something, something, but I think that's why, like, now for me, because I try not to drink it as often, it's more of,
Yeah,
like, I want to enjoy the flavor, so, like,
it's
I'll
a
get a
treat.
small one.
It's a
Yeah, it's a
treat.
treat. It's a dessert? And I think it's one of those things
Yeah.
where it's cool where it's like, okay, like, I really like the orange one, or, like, I really like the green one. It's like a elderflower and guava, and then recently, they don't have it anymore, and I can't find it anywhere, but I understand why because it's seasonal. The last winter edition was like a
Mm,
white uh, white vanilla blueberry, and it
nice.
tasted like cotton candy, like a cotton candy that I had when I was a kid, and I can't, like, pinpoint what candy it is, but it tasted so good, but they only had it for, like, 2 months, and then they don't have it anymore, but I was like, "Bro," 'cause I've seen it before where they bring it back and make it like a permanent flavor.
Uh-huh.
I was like, "If they made that a permanent flavor, I'd go buy a box of those things because like, something about it, like, they bring a new flavor and sometimes I'm like, "Ah, it's alright," but sometimes they hit, like, a certain, like,
They
corner of
do.
my mouth where just right now, bro, my mouth is watering. I'm thinking about it, my mouth is watering. I
It
can't.
was
Yes,
it was really
yes.
short term too, right? You only had a couple,
Sure.
and then they disappeared. Yeah, disappeared.
Yeah, I had, like, 3 or 4. Yeah.
Another one where they like release flavors because you were talking about it. For me, is Jamba Juice. I love Jamba Juice. It is fruit smoothies, amazing. One of the ones they do during the summertime is the watermelon breeze, and that one always hitting, always hit. Watermelon breeze for Jamba Juice, delicious.
Jess, why don't
But
you ever
again,
tell me
Season?
about this, bro?
seasonal,
I
seasonal.
didn't know. Seasonal?
It's only in the summer.
I've never had it, babe. We don't go in the summer.
Bro,
What?
didn't you used to work at a Jamba Juice?
No, I used to work at a
What?
pizza place. I used to work at a smoothie place. I used to make smoothies in the gym.
I thought you
Protein
had a
Oh,
Jamba
smoothies
Juice.
though. No, it was protein smoothies.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
You get it, Pat. Now, if you guys ever get a chance, for sure try it. It's got like sherbet in it, watermelon, of course, and then like some other stuff. It's really good. It's up there for like flavors. It's got like a nice sweet and then tang at the end.
And that's the thing I feel like with watermelon. Like you can either
Yeah.
do watermelon really, really good, or you can do it really, really bad.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
like when
Mhm.
something's watermelon flavored, I'm always like, am I gonna get like this is delicious or I'm throwing this away?
No, yeah. Hold on. Now you got me curious. I'm gonna pull it up right now. The recipe. Watch this.
He said, "At home, at home."
DIY.
Dude, but do you remember when my caffeine addiction was at its peak and I was getting Starbucks in the morning, and then after lunch I was getting Dutch Bros, their drink, the Rebels, and even the girls in the office were like, "Jess, it's slowly getting bigger and bigger." It was like I used to get smalls and then medium, and then I'd come back large, and then I got mafia style. Oh my
What?
god.
What even is
It's
that?
it's like double the caffeine. They just make it even more, bigger, better,
Oh.
stronger.
Stronger, faster.
Ah. Better,
So
faster,
It was
better, stronger.
bad.
Do it better, make us better.
So you have to think like little old Jess, right? In the morning, she's going and getting like a double shot of espresso, like
Hell
little
yeah.
drink, whatever, right? Okay, and then like all of a sudden she was like I'm gonna get a like small, like the small size Rebel, which is like Dutch Bros, like a version of it, right?
Yeah.
And then like 3 weeks go by, and she's like, okay, now I'm getting a quad shot in the morning, and then like I'm getting I'm getting a medium at lunch.
Oh
Okay.
It
no.
just wasn't hitting
And
anymore.
Oh no.
and then, like, she stayed with the quad in the morning, but what she started doing, she
Yeah.
just started getting her Rebel earlier in the afternoon. Like, she'd get it before lunch,
There
and
you
she'd
go.
get a large so she could drink half of it with lunch and then half of it after lunch, you know what I'm saying?
Smart. Smart.
So then
Upgrades,
she's like
people, upgrades.
so she's tripling down on caffeine throughout the whole day, and then and then she was like, "I have a problem, I need to stop." And she went cold
No.
turkey.
No, it was because he went to Mexico.
Oh, that's right,
Oh.
yeah.
You crashed in Mexico?
Oh, yeah.
She did.
I'm so sorry you crashed in Mexico.
It was terrible.
She had a
I
headache, and
I bet
she
it
had a headache,
was.
not kidding, for like
Yeah,
3
no.
days straight, pounding.
Yeah, 3 to 4 days, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Your body was crashing. It was relying on all that, and then now that you left, it's just in panic mode. Where's my
Uh-huh.
caffeine? Where's my caffeine?
Mhm.
Oh,
And
bro.
then and then I never went back on it. I
No,
never went back.
I remember the day she woke up when it was finally, like, over, you know? She woke up that day, she looked at me, she was like, "I'm better," and I was like, "Oh
Hospital.
my god." I was like, "You're cured." Night and day, bro, she fucking sat up, she was all, "Oh my god."
Okay,
And on
She was
the
like,
okay,
and on the
"Is
4th day, she risen.
it yeah.
Yes.
Is this
no,
what it feels like to not be hopped on caffeine all the time?"
She like told me with the my tummy don't hurt no more. I won the fight.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
She won the war.
no. Okay, off topic, but another Mexico moment was when we went to Mexico and I got food poisoning,
That one's always
and
everyone always does.
no,
I got it.
no, and then I had a cup of noodles, so I had just know that's in my stomach. I had a cup of noodle, but I'm, like, throwing everything up,
You're
and
racist.
then
I knew.
and then I threw up, and Sal was freaking out because he thought I threw up worms.
I would be too.
She
You did.
she had I forgot she had ate the cup of noodle, right? And so
Yeah.
and she's like, "I have a stomach like, I don't feel well, I don't feel good," and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Bro,
yeah,
you might have
yeah.
ate something, you know?" So she throws up, and I just happened to look, and I was all, "You have worms! That's
Ah!
why you're sick!" And she was all, "It's a cup of noodle," and I was like, "Oh, my bad."
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna figure out.
And that's I mean, that's it.
That's
That's
it.
all we got.
That's the podcast, bro.
Oh,
That
that's a wrap.
the brain gonna come back on right now in
Yeah,
a few
bro.
minutes.
What happens if it doesn't come back on? Who do I contact?
Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
It's
Look,
a taillight guarantee. I guarantee it until you see my taillights. All right. On that note, this has been the Brain Off podcast where we always invite you to turn your brain off, take a mental vacation with us. Just enjoy a couple of friends here in the Central Valley talking about life, talking about topics, having a good time. And like I said, we hope you guys enjoyed. You got to take a mental vacation of this crazy world we live in. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
yeah.
that's right. See y'all later. And again, shout out to my Spotify listeners and my other platform listeners. Check out the links. Plug. Y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all in the next one.
Bye.